1982 was the year everything changed.
I can see so much of me still living in your. What a glorious time to be free.
MTV was reshaping how we discovered music, arcade games were eating our quarters, and Michael Jackson was about change pop music forever with Thriller. But while the king of pop dominated the headlines, a parade of artists slipped in, grabbed their moment in the spotlight, and vanished just as quickly. Today, we're counting down 15 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1982 that define the year in ways we've almost overlooked. One song in this video charted at number 97, disappeared, and only became a hit 5 years later because a DJ accidentally gave it a second life. How many of these do you remember? Number 15, Someday, Someway by Marshall Crenshaw. Someday, Someway originated as a take on Gene Vincent's Lotta Lovin', with Crenshaw using that hypnotic beat to create something entirely his own. Released in 1982, it peaked at number 36, his only top 40 entry. But here's the twist. Rockabilly musician Robert Gordon had already released the song in 1981, but Crenshaw's version became the one everyone remembers. Crenshaw later revealed the lyrics were subconsciously about the awkward beginnings of marriage, though he didn't realize it while writing. But our next artist wrote hits for everyone else before finally getting her own moment. Number 14, If the Love Fits, Wear It by Leslie Pearl. Leslie Pearl spent years crafting hits for Crystal Gayle, Kenny Rogers, and Dr. Hook before stepping into the spotlight herself. Released from her 1982 album Words and Music, If the Love Fits, Wear It spent 16 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 28 that August. Pearl would go on to write jingles for Pepsi, Folgers, and Ford, but this remained her only pop hit. Quick question. Did you know Leslie Pearl before this song? Let us know in the comments. As Pearl wrote her way to success, our next duo accidentally stumbled into theirs by covering an obscure Northern soul track. Number 13, Tainted Love by Soft Cell. British synth-pop duo Soft Cell discovered Tainted Love through the UK's Northern soul scene, where Gloria Jones's 1964 original had become a cult favorite. Mark Almond and David Ball recorded their version in just a day and a half, with Almond's first vocal take making the final cut. Released in 1981 but dominating 1982, it spent a record-breaking 43 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 8. Phonogram Records told the duo this would be their last release if it flopped. Talk about pressure paying off. But while Soft Cell conquered the charts with a cover, our next artist found her moment through a song she almost never heard. Number 12, Personally by Karla Bonoff. Karla Bonoff learned about Personally through Glenn Frey, who'd meant to send the Jackie Moore version to Bonnie Raitt but never did. When Frey played it for Bonoff, she instantly knew she had to record it. Written by Paul Kelly in 1973, Bonoff's version featured a killer alto sax solo by Phil Kenzie and climbed to number 19 on the Hot 100, spending 18 weeks on the chart. It ranked as the 60th biggest hit of 1982. Despite releasing 5 albums, this remained Bonoff's only top 40 entry, proof that sometimes timing is everything. Not every hit explodes on day one. The next song didn't become a classic until a DJ resurrected it 5 years after it flopped. Number 11. I've Never Been to Me by Charlene.
Hey lady, you lady, cursing at your life.
Charlene had given up on music entirely. After her 1977 release of I've Never Been to Me peaked at number 97, she moved to England, married, and took a job at a sweet shop in Ilford. Then, in 1982, Tampa DJ Scott Shannon started playing the original track, and listener response exploded.
To paradise, but I've never been to me.
Motown president Jay Lasker personally called Charlene to re-sign her. The re-release climbed to number 3 on the Hot 100, spending 3 weeks there, and hit number 1 in Australia, Canada, Ireland, and the UK.
I can see so much of me still living in your eyes.
From Second Chances to Video Game Mania, our next song captured the arcade craze sweeping the nation. Number 10, Pac Man Fever by Buckner and Garcia.
I got a pocket full of quarters and I'm headed to the arcade.
Buckner and Garcia were recording TV jingles in Atlanta when they stumbled into a restaurant and saw diners swarming a brand new Pac Man machine. After playing for 2 hours straight, they wrote Pac Man Fever as a novelty tribute.
Kinda saw my finger and my shoulders hurting too.
Local station WSTR played it for fun one morning and got bombarded with requests. CBS Records took notice, and by March 1982, the song peaked at number 9 on the Hot 100.
Pac Man fever, it's driving me crazy.
It sold 2.5 million copies and went gold. Their follow-up, Do the Donkey Kong, barely missed the charts at number 103, cementing them as true one-hit wonders. But did anyone actually buy the album, or did you just play Pac Man instead? Let us know in the comments. Moving from arcade anthems to experimental satire, our next artist never wanted to be known for this song. But here we are. Number 9, Valley Girl by Frank Zappa, featuring Moon Zappa. Frank Zappa woke his 14-year-old daughter Moon in the middle of the night to recreate conversations she'd had with friends at the Sherman Oaks Galleria. The result was Valley Girl, a satirical attack on San Fernando Valley teen culture that Zappa never intended to become a hit.
God, Casey. You're sure he's like so gross. He wants to start like plays them all his.
Los Angeles station KROQ got an acetate disc early and played it relentlessly. The song peaked at number 32, Zappa's only top 40 entry in North America, and inadvertently popularized the Valley Girl stereotype nationwide. Zappa later expressed frustration at being seen as a novelty artist because of it. By the way, if you're loving this countdown, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really means a lot to us and helps us keep digging up these forgotten gems. Now, our next artist brought Steely Dan vibes to the solo world. Number 8. I.G.Y. Wakahoit What a Beautiful World by Donald Fagen. The lead track from his classic solo debut, The Nightfly, I.G.Y. was Donald Fagen's only pop hit, peaking at number 26.
Right. You've got to admit it, at this point in time, that is clear.
The title stands for International Geophysical Year, a worldwide study of Earth that ran from 1957 to 1958. Fagen's semi-autobiographical album explored growing up in the New York suburbs during the 1950s. And this track captured that era's optimistic faith in science and progress. From polished jazz rock to preppy new wave, our next British band brought horns and marimbas to the party. Number 7. Love Plus One by Haircut 100. British new wave band Haircut 100, fronted by Nick Hayward, released their stellar debut Pelican West in 1982. Love Plus One became their only US Top 40 hit, peaking at number 37. The preppy group's eclectic sound featured horns, marimbas, bongos, and cha-cha guitar riffs, a genre-blending cocktail that felt fresh and infectious. Despite the album's acclaim and the single's success, Haircut 100 couldn't replicate the magic stateside. But while Haircut 100 kept things breezy, our next duo brought sleek sophistication courtesy of a Steely Dan connection. Number 6, Nice Girls by I.G.Y. I.G.Y were a duo consisting of American vocalist Deborah Berg and British keyboardist Julian Marshall. Their single, Nice Girls, peaked at number 37 in July 1982, featuring sleek production by Gary Katz, best known for producing classic Steely Dan records. Donald Fagen even played keyboard on one album track. Session legends like guitarist Rick Derringer and Toto drummer Jeff Porcaro contributed to the recording. With that pedigree, the musicianship was predictably top-notch. Despite the talent involved, I.G.Y never charted again, making Nice Girls a sophisticated one-hit wonder with serious credentials. But while I.G.Y kept things sleek and sophisticated, our next band was bringing funk back to Motown with a groove you couldn't resist. Number 5, Let It Whip by Dazz Band. Formed in Cleveland as Kinsman Dazz, the band signed to Motown in 1980 and shortened their name. Dazz stood for danceable jazz. Let It Whip was released in February 1982 and peaked at number 5, becoming a post-disco anthem. Producer Reggie Andrews created that irresistible funky groove with a mini-moog bass line, underneath bass guitar, and a drum machine mixed with live drums. The track won a Grammy and remains a high-water mark of early 80s dance music. Now, our next artist was already a jazz legend before she gave us this unforgettable groove. Number 4, Forget Me Nots by Patrice Rushen. Patrice Rushen had already released 3 acclaimed jazz albums before pivoting to R&B in the late 70s. Forget Me Nots became her signature song, peaking at number 23 on the Hot 100, number 4 on the R&B chart, and number 2 on the dance chart. The track's infectious bass line and layered production made it instantly memorable. And a whole new generation discovered the song when its bass line was sampled for Will Smith's Men in Black, making it a pop culture staple all over again. But while Rushen mastered the art of the bass line, our next composer proved synthesizers could win Oscars. Number 3, Chariots of Fire by Vangelis. For anyone who's seen Chariots of Fire, it's impossible to hear this Vangelis composition without picturing runners on the beach in slow motion. The Best Picture winner at the 1982 Oscars featured a modern synth-heavy score that somehow perfectly complemented the 1924 period setting. Vangelis played all instruments: acoustic piano, percussion, and synthesizers. The track hit number 1 on May 8, 1982, giving the Greek composer his only US Hot 100 chart topper. He had more hits in other countries. From electronic orchestration to Bahamian grooves, our next track peaked at 31 but influenced everything that came after. Number 2, Genius of Love by Tom Club. Genius of Love blended Caribbean breeziness with funk and burgeoning hip-hop, peaking at number 31 in April 1982.
This one time I'm glad I'm not a man. Feels like I'm dreaming, but I'm
The track name dropped James Brown and drew from Zapp's More Bounce to the Ounce. While it wasn't a massive pop hit, its influence was enormous.
in heaven.
Mariah Carey, Tupac, and Mark Morrison sampled it, and most recently, Latto borrowed heavily for Big Energy, which peaked at number 3 in 2022.
Musicians such as Bootsy Collins raise expectations to a new.
Sometimes influence matters more than chart position. But while Tom Tom Club influenced hip-hop's future, our final entry proves that sometimes a debut can also be a swan song. Number 1, Goin' Down by Greg Guidry.
I'm in way over my head.
Greg Guidry spent years writing hits for Climax Blues Band, Robbie Dupree, and Reba McEntire before finally getting his own shot.
I should be careful, but I'm going deeper instead.
Co-written with David Martin, Goin' Down became his breakthrough, peaking at number 17 on the Hot 100 and number 11 on the Adult Contemporary chart in 1982. Released from his debut album Over the Line, the soft rock track showcased Guidry's smooth vocals and songwriting chops.
Going down for the last time. Going down.
He'd grown up singing with future Doobie brother Michael McDonald and backed the Allman Brothers before going solo. Despite the success, Guidry never released another album until 2000. Tragically, he died in 2003 at age 49, leaving behind one perfect moment. These artists may have only cracked the top 40 once, but they made that moment count, and their songs still sound just as good 4 decades later. Which of these forgotten gems hit you hardest? Are there any 1982 one-hit wonders we missed that deserve recognition? Drop your favorites in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.